Massachusetts, and the Collins Kennel Club, Katarina Jinx and Goldie Collins, Animal Instinct.
We're back with more action, and I've noticed that Goldie Collins has been doing the media rounds lately, promoting not only WOW, but of course, the odd couple pairing of herself and Katarina Jinx, Animal Instinct. Who would have thought?
Are you saying cats and dogs don't get along, Nigel? Is that what you're saying?
Not often.
Not often. No, I don't think so. My Doberman Pinscher Harley sure doesn't like any cats in his yard.
My dog Willabo, well, he gets along with the cats at the house, but it's interesting to see Katarina Jinx and Goldie Collins taking on the Fierce Sisters. Now, both of these teams most recently have suffered losses, so both teams looking for the much-needed W today.
And their opponents from the DMV, the Fierce Sisters, Foxxy and Roxxy Fierce.
David, I mentioned both teams wanting to pick up a win tonight. I spoke to Roxxy Fierce, who said essentially she's using the lessons in the ring to become a smarter wrestler. Of course, doubling down on in-ring training and weight room training. Speaking of tag team action, though, David, later on tonight, we've mentioned it, the first ever of its kind, can't believe I'm saying this, custody match. It's Miami Sweet Heat taking on Jesse Jones and Big Rig Betty.
One thing about that custody match I want to know, I don't think we got a pure yes agreement out of Holly Swag. Lana said yes, the Carlson twins said yes, but I didn't hear a total yes out of the daughter. But so be it, she's gonna have to go back to mama.
Well, you know, David, it's like my mom used to say, it's Lana's house, so it's my house, it's my rules. She was speaking for Holly Swag now as Katarina Jinx and Foxxy Fierce locking things up respectively for both of their teams.
Well, like so many children today, Holly Swag doesn't like the discipline of mama.
She certainly doesn't, but David, she loves the fashion, the style, the high life that the Fab Four lives in that mansion, David.
And that new phone Lana Starr got her. You know, there's no phones over there in Kentucky with Big Rig Betty. She said the old-fashioned way, go over and see a neighbor and just go in the backyard and knock on the back door. There's no calling if I can come over down there.
O'Connor roll from Foxxy Fierce to Katarina Jinx. David, they've got phones in Kentucky. Come on.
I know, but the mother didn't want the daughter to have one.
Oh, yes, well, now,
I'm sure she snuck and has one.
She's going for the backslide now as Foxxy Fierce on Katarina Jinx. Much like when I was a kid, I used to sneak and watch wrestling. Wow, in fact, some 20-something years ago now as Katarina Jinx tags in
You're
to Goldie
just wanting to
Collins.
really age me tonight, aren't you? A couple weeks ago, you called me cheap, you called me old, and now you're insinuating I'm still old.
No, that was Holly Swag that called you that.
I think that might have been you. Maybe you were putting words in her mouth. I'll have to go back and watch that.
If you kick me out of here, I don't think I could make it at the Fab Four mansion. I'd have to go look for work somewhere else. I wouldn't want to clean the bathrooms there now. The test of strength between the very powerful Roxxy Fierce and Goldie Collins, but Roxy with that split and able to take out the legs of Goldie Collins. Good enough for a 2 count from our senior referee, Jeff McGowan.
I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to rewind every WOW episode and find out what you called me, Nigel. Oh, look at that! Roxxy Fierce flying across the ring into the corner and hitting and hammering Goldie Collins.
Roxxy Fierce with all of her weight on the small of the back of Goldie Collins, and once again going to jam it down.
The fans really love the Fierce Sisters.
They love the energy, the excitement from the Fierce Sisters, David. Goldie Collins rolls over and almost takes out our senior official referee Jeff McGowan now as Roxxy Fierce sends Katarina Jinx down with an arm drag, David.
Roxxy Fierce, the aggressive one here right now. Animal Instinct not in control at all. Roxxy Fierce coming to her feet as Katarina Jinx comes to her feet. Foxxy wants the tag. The sister gives her sister a tag and then takes down Katarina Jinx, and the sister, Roxy's sister, Foxxy, comes in with a big splash across Jinx and tries to get the 3 count.
Not good enough, though, as Katarina Jinx kicks out at 2 now, and Irish whip into the corner now with the back splash from Foxxy Fierce. Katarina Jinx trying to beg off Foxxy Fierce now as Goldie Collins from behind just cracking the back of Foxxy Fierce.
And snapping that neck back. I'll tell you this, Foxy's in trouble.
Don't cheat like that.
That neck is gonna be sore tomorrow.
And now Katarina Jinx with the pinfall attempt on Foxxy Fierce as Roxxy Fierce on the outside trying to cheer her sister on, and all the fans in the WOW Arena doing just the same, David.
Foxxy, sister Roxxy trying to get the crowd behind her sister, telling them to cheer her on, trying to give her the energy as Animal Instinct takes over on her big sister.
Animal Instinct now with the vertical suplex and the big drop. Holding Foxxy up
down,
in the air.
Foxy's sister comes in and breaks it up. Roxxy quick to enter the ring. Jeff McGowan says get out of the ring. Katarina Jinx now going for the pin.
And Foxxy Fierce kicks out at the last possible second, still hanging in this matchup for her team.
But she's dazed, Nigel. You can see it in her eyes. She doesn't know where she is at this moment. You can see it in her eyes as Foxy's sister Roxxy continues to get the crowd behind her. And now look at Katarina Jinx going over there and hitting Foxy's sister Roxxy. Foxy in the corner, in trouble. Jinx and Collins perfectly tag teaming her.
And at this point, Foxxy Fierce, David, is only staying in this matchup purely based on, no pun intended, instinct now. Snapmare takeover. And now, Goldie Collins trying to torture Foxxy Fierce, but Foxxy Fierce showing some of that power. Tags into her sister Roxxy now. Katarina Jinx in for her team as Roxxy Fierce sends Jinx into the corner.
And flies across into Katarina Jinx is Roxxy Fierce.
Diving forearm shot now as Katarina Jinx sent all the way across the ring. And another splash.
She flies into the cat. There she goes.
And Katarina Jinx just collapsing at the velocity of that throw into the turnbuckle from Roxxy Fierce now. What's Roxxy setting up for here, David?
The younger sister had her up for the backbreaker, but Katarina Jinx will scratch her eyes and get out of it. Here's a potential roll-up. We got a potential roll-up.
Roxxy Fierce now pinned by Katarina Jinx, who had her hand holding the trunks of Roxxy Fierce. A stolen victory.